Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the first episode.
The first one.
Why am I nervous?
I don't know.
This
one,
episode is a fresher's guide.
a guide to the first week of uni.
And a bit before to help you prepare what to bring, what not to bring,
Yeah.
what to do, and
What not to do. From our experience anyway.
Yeah.
From what we found helped and what we found didn't help us. Because we
Okay.
both had different experiences, didn't we? So I feel like we've got a lot to offer.
Yeah, and then we'll finish with some funny freshers stories from you guys.
So we hope you enjoy listening. We hope you love it.
Enjoy. Right, let's take it back to basics then.
Right back to the start.
First day when you turn up with your parents.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, my dad took me.
It's the most surreal feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, but this is the thing. I wasn't autopilot. Like, I didn't feel like
Yeah.
I was being moved into uni. My dad and his girlfriend at the time helped me move all my stuff
Yeah.
in. We got one of those trolleys.
Yeah,
and
my
wheeled them
parents
up.
did. My mum was just like crying the whole time. That
I don't
her
know
little
if my
baby
dad
was
cried.
moving out.
I can't remember whether he cried or not. But so as soon as they helped me unpack all my stuff, and then I remember when they left, it didn't really hit me. Like, I was fine. I was
Yeah.
literally fine. I was like, oh, it's fine, whatever. So I would definitely recommend, I bought a doorstop. So I opened
You
my
were
door.
on campus accommodation, weren't you?
Yeah. So I bought a doorstop, and I put the doorstop I opened my door, and I sat down to do my makeup to get ready, because I thought there wasn't any plans, but I thought,
Well, there
obviously-
isn't. You've just met these people,
Yeah,
so
but I hadn't even met them yet. I just thought we'll probably go out.
yeah.
So I put my music on, started doing my makeup with my door open, so then it's kind of welcoming. And I had already met one girl because I pretended that I needed, I can't even remember what it was, like blue tack for my photos on my wall. So I went in, because she had her door open, so I went into her room and I asked for blue tack. So then she came in and like helped me put up my photos. So then instantly you've then like made a connection with someone.
That's so clever. That's
Yeah.
such a good piece of advice. Like,
Fine.
hi, excuse me, can
Yeah.
I?
I was like, hi, I'm Karen. And I was like, oh, so cringe. But it was nice because then you've made a friend, so then I already felt more comfortable.
And the other people you meet, even though you'll be nervous to do that, will be grateful that you have done that.
Yeah.
Because then they'll be like, oh, phew, like, I'm so glad she came in.
Yeah, that is so true.
Yeah.
Looking at it like that.
It's just so funny hearing your experience of your freshers, because mine was so different.
Yeah, you did not have the same experience.
I had like the worst time. Like, I basically got into Swansea University through clearing, so I hadn't sorted out any of my accommodation, but I was like a bit late. I was like behind the clearing people, so I was literally like probably the last person. There was no room on any of the campuses. Had to stay in private accommodation
off campus. Which instantly like puts you away from everyone.
It just takes you away from that hub, especially with a campus university. You really want to be staying on campus.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you've got the SU, you've got everything where everybody is, all the first years, so it's like the iconic place to meet people.
And I just could roll out of bed and pretty much be in a lecture.
Yeah, whereas I had to get a bus.
Yeah.
And it was like a 20-minute bus journey.
And by yourself as well, in a new city.
On my own in a new city. Out of I think there was 12 rooms, I met like 4 people. Hardly anybody, because everyone was so like shy. They were all second year students at the other university in the city. So they were...
That instantly puts you at a disadvantage of meeting people then.
Well, and then they were all boys.
Yeah.
I didn't meet one girl, which, you know, is fine. Sort of surreal experience, and it was horrible. I remember my parents leaving me, and I just cried, like burst out crying, and I wanted to go home, because even like I'd met people, but they weren't who I expected to meet.
Yeah.
They were people that I kind of knew weren't going to be my friends. They didn't even go to my university, so they weren't going to go to any of the freshers events. They weren't going to join any of the same.
They weren't even in your year.
They weren't even in my year. They weren't even at my uni.
Yeah.
So
that was hard.
It was really hard. Yeah.
So we would say, if you have the option, stay on campus.
Yeah, or if you're at a city university where it's not on campus, then I know that Cardiff University, for example, they are a city university and they have great student accommodation, like basically like mini campuses of accommodation.
But the chances are they would put you into groups of people that were your year.
Yeah,
and went to the same
university.
So
I would try and avoid like the plague. Private accommodation, just try and avoid it, especially in that first year. That fresh year, go where you know the first year students are going, if you can. And for the people that can't, like me, I couldn't, and I learned the hard way that it's sometimes not good. you can get a transfer, because that's what I eventually ended up doing. I then contacted my university and I explained my situation, and I said, if you have any room on any of the buildings, anywhere, I don't care where it is, give me the worst room, just get it on campus and please let me know. And within 2 weeks, someone had obviously dropped out and I got their room and I was then on campus.
Okay, so I think that the biggest piece of advice that someone could have when they go to university is being open-minded.
Yeah.
Like,
do you think you're quite an open-minded person?
No.
No.
No, I'm not. But I think that is really important.
Yeah.
With every single thing in freshers, every person, every event, go to everything, talk to everyone.
Yeah, no,
because
definitely.
It's in the unlikely people and situations when you have the most fun and meet the best people. So like,
I think as well, when you get to university, you do have, I mean, unless you're lucky, like you do have quite a lot of negative thoughts, negative emotions, and you almost switch off and don't want to have fun. But actually being open-minded and going to the freshers events and things like that, you force yourself to have fun and it just makes you feel better.
Yeah, but I think that's what I struggled with, is that I thought university was going to be all happy feelings, so much excitement, so much fun, and it wasn't. But that's okay. You can't always be having fun. And I listened to a podcast the other day by Emma Neal, and she was talking about how to feel happy and excited and content, you have to feel such a range of other emotions.
Yeah.
And that's okay to feel them and to not be 100% all the time, because I think when I started to feel upset and down, which I didn't tend to feel as much at home, I instantly associated the place with it and the people with it, which it isn't. It's not. No. And you have to remain open-minded, and that is when the best things happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Like meeting you.
Like meeting you.
Because when me and Ellie first met, like, would you...
no. Like, I thought you were cool and like you sat down
Thanks.
with me. Well, I know, I actually thought you were really cool. I thought I was like some like freak. No,
Shut
not
up.
even joking. Not even joking. I literally was like, oh, she's actually like really pretty and cool, and I'm like, not. But actually,
Shut the fuck... You are like...
no,
that's
but,
not even...
No, but like I would not have put me and you together.
To be fair, I wouldn't have. We're so different.
So different.
But we complement each other so well. But
yeah.
From initial first instinct, I didn't think you were going to be my best friend. I just thought, oh, some like cool guy on my lectures, like I sit with her in lectures. Did not think that we'd
you're
be
literally
here
just
now.
a lecturer's friend. Like I never thought I'd be living with
No.
you like 2 years later.
But I'm so glad that we are. But that is being, you have to just be open-minded.
Yeah.
And you meet so many different people at uni from so many different walks of life, and it's so nice.
Yeah.
And it's refreshing. But you cannot go to uni and expect to meet the people that you've met at home, because like in most circumstances the friends that you've met at home you've known for years, and you've almost all molded into such similar people. So I think when
and you have similar lives, like when you're at home you'll go to the same school, you then go to
your
the same
families
club,
know each
you
other.
then your families know each other, you have the same hobbies, you have your life, you've had that life for 18 years.
And when I came to uni, I sort of expected instantly to meet the friends that I had at home. But that isn't going to happen because you don't know these people really yet at all. But you have to give it time. And as long as you are open-minded with it, relationships and friendships grow. And they flourish. If you're open-minded, if you close yourself off instantly, then it's really hard to sort of come out from that.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I think as well, which is a great thing to sort of explain to you guys, is that you should be feeling free. You're in this brand new city, your parents aren't there, you can just do whatever you want, you've got this newfound freedom, and there was a part of you that just feels trapped, and that just feels like you should be going out and exploring with these new set of best friends that you've made on the first day you've got there. And when that doesn't happen, you sort of like retreat and get yourself stuck in a rut.
And you sit in your room, which is very often a little box room with a small window, and it's so easy to just spiral and to not explore this new city. Because I think Ellie has like a really good point with saying like you're so free, because it's like, oh my god, no parents, no one knows you, like literally no one knows you.
You can actually start again. You can literally like reinvent yourself.
but I don't think that can last very long. Like in the end of it, you do just have to be yourself, and you'll attract the people that you're meant to be friends with. I think
definitely.
Without being too like deep, I just think as long as you remain open-minded, you will attract the right people.
100%. I think as well, without that open-mindedness, you almost like force negativity onto yourself.
Yeah, because you're hard on yourself, because
Yeah.
you're going to uni expecting to feel, like I said, happy and excited all the time. And I wasn't prepared to not feel like that.
No.
I was prepared for it to be this exciting thing that everyone says it is.
I mean, you come to uni thinking they're going to be the best years of your life.
Yeah.
Nobody warns you. No one mentions one thing that you could feel sad there, that you could feel lonely there, that you could feel. It's actually it's such a simple thing that you should know. Like, we're human beings. We should know that you can't get the highs without the lows. But it's like you're told so many highs about university that you completely forget about the lows.
Yeah, and it's often when you feel like that, you feel so alone. But I think that's the main point of this podcast, is like, if you're not enjoying uni that much, you're not alone. But it is fun, and it's such a good experience.
Yeah.
But it's also okay, and you need to prepare to have those days when you're like, oh shit, I just want to go home.
I just want to go home. And you can go home.
Yeah,
that's another big thing that I think we should say.
Though. When you're sat in your room, it just feels like, God, home is like, especially for us, because we're quite a few hours away, like
from where we live.
It's just didn't feel like, oh, it's so easy to go home. And then you feel so isolated then from your family and your friends at home. But you also then don't feel at home at uni. So being open-minded is like the one thing we can recommend, and being prepared to not always feel 100% on the top of your game, and that is fine. That is okay to feel like that.
Yeah, and that is a massive thing that we wanted to get across to people who do feel like that at university, because especially for me, I came from being super confident, such an extrovert, literally loved people so much, and I came here and I had that bad first week, that first 2 weeks, and I wanted to drop out. And if I'd had something like this to listen to back then, I feel like it would have made me feel better.
Yeah, and hopefully just like prepared you a bit more.
Yeah, just had that sort of, you're going to have the best time, but be prepared for some bad times. Like,
because it's the first time for like most people where you don't have your parents, and you underestimate how nice it is just to go downstairs and like have dinner cooked for you.
Yeah.
Like,
and live in like a really clean house. Yeah. And not be living with like 12 other people.
Have a dishwasher. You underestimate how amazing a dishwasher is. And it is such an overwhelming feeling eventually when it hits you. And you're just like, because I felt for a long time, for about a week, that I was almost on a school trip, and I felt like, oh, these people are really nice.
It took you quite a long time, didn't it?
It took me a long time. I think I was on a bit of a ride of thinking, this is so exciting, this is so fun, but it wears off. And when it did wear off, I crashed so quickly and fast and so low, because I was like, oh shit, like, what is this place? And I was so ill because you're not, and I wasn't giving myself the validation of being like, it's okay to feel like this, because I think
you were comparing it. Were you comparing it to like people that you'd heard
on
of had
social
the best
media?
time? Yeah.
Oh my god! And I'm so guilty of that. Like, I probably looked like I was having such a fun time at uni in first year, but I wasn't.
Same. I think I was like putting a selfie up all the time, like off out, and I actually went out like once a week.
Yeah, I was not having a good time.
No,
but it wasn't the people, and it's not the place. It's just that I was not prepared to feel like that.
No, I think as well, I have an older brother, and he had the best time at university.
Yeah,
like the best, like met the best group of friends on day one, had the best time, and I mean,
that is the dream.
That is the dream.
That might happen for some of you, and like, oh my god, I'm so jealous.
Have
fun,
cherish
go out,
it,
please.
But for some others, it just might take that little bit longer, and that's what happened for us, and that is okay.
Going back to the social media thing, because I don't think we gave that enough time, because I think it's a massive part of.
I mean, it's a massive part of our lives, isn't it? Like,
100%. And I think it's so easy to compare, obviously, because you're seeing other people at uni, but it's so unhealthy. Out of all of my friends at home, that literally not one of us, and all my friends at uni, we've all had completely different experiences. Like, they may have overlaps in some certain situations, but everyone has had such a different experience. Different age when they went, different friends that they've met, how long it took them to make friends. So like, not every two people's uni experiences is going to be the same.
But unfortunately, if you went on all of our Instagrams, all of our Facebook, every Snapchat, everything, it would look the same.
Yeah.
Like, it just looks like everyone's constantly having fun all the time.
Yeah.
And when you are feeling down one day, lonely, sat in your uni room, scrolling aimlessly through Instagram and seeing all the fun people are having, it can really get you down.
Yeah, it can make you spiral even more, because it makes you feel worse instead of validating how you're feeling, because it's okay to feel like that, and it's normal to not feel like uni is the best thing ever.
Specifically in that first few freshers weeks.
Yeah.
Because you haven't met the people yet.
And that's technically and tends to be the point that people make it look like it's the best time. And it's the thing that everyone talks about. Oh
Yeah.
my God, freshers. And no,
Oh my
freshers
God,
was
are you at
not
uni?
it.
Are you at uni? What uni?
Yeah,
Where are you?
oh my God, the amount of times you'll have a conversation, oh, what's your name? What course are you on?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Where are you from?
Yeah. Oh, where are you from?
You're not Welsh. Where are you
And then
from?
you'll say that, oh, I'm from the southwest. They'll be, do you know this person? No,
No, I don't. No.
they live 40 miles away. No, I don't.
But yeah, I just think that just try if you can. It's so hard, but keep it in your mindset in that first few weeks that what you are seeing probably isn't the reality.
Yeah.
I'm afraid. Like,
I think, though, one good point that social media does have is that if you see someone from your hometown that has gone to the same uni as you, reach out to them.
Yeah.
Because seeing a familiar face, because that's what I did, it's so comforting.
yeah.
Just to see a familiar face and have someone that you know there, because the chances are they might have made even 2 friends. That's 2 more friends that you
That
now
you
know.
can now get to know,
and
yeah.
then when you see them around campus, you know them. It just feels nicer. So maybe even if you weren't that close at home, reach out to them, because you'll now automatically have so much in common already.
Yeah, I think also looking at social media in a positive light,
Yeah.
if you do meet somebody, or if someone does pop up that you recognise from your lecture or on your Instagram, like who to follow them.
Yeah.
Like, follow
They're not
them,
going to think you're weird.
add them on Facebook. They're not going to think you're weird. And then I remember I met a really nice girl on my course. I remember I sent her story, like, oh, you look lush.
You look really nice.
Yeah, and then she was like, oh, thank you. Like, are you off out?
Yeah.
And it like stemmed a conversation. So
It breaks the barriers down, and people
Yeah.
are then like, oh, she's really nice.
people feel brave behind a phone screen.
yeah. So use that to your advantage.
Yeah.
That's such a good piece of advice. Like, reach out to even people from your lectures.
Yeah.
People that you know, friends of friends. Like,
I think even we got talking because I was like, have you done the assignment? Or like,
Yeah.
what are you doing for the assignment? And then you were like, oh, I'm doing this. And I think that's how
Yeah.
I got to know some other course mates. I was like, hey, do you know when this is due? Even though like it's obviously due
yeah, it
on like
says
the
it on
10th
the brief,
because it
but-
says it online. But just sort of like Kez did back when she made up that she needed blue tack, like make up
Yeah.
that you need help on something, and then you get to know people through that way as well. So, but yeah, I think it is so hard. Like, it's so easy for us to say, like, be
Yeah,
positive and
after
don't
the
take
fact.
it after we've done it. But I do think that just remember, if you can, that when you are looking at, I don't know, Jim going out for the 6th time this week with
Jim.
his like group of 10 people that he's met on day 1, like, he probably like doesn't like 5 of them, and then the other
Yeah,
4 probably don't want to
that's
be
so
there.
true.
They don't want to be there. They want to be in their uni halls because they don't like going out, or like, you just don't know what's going
Yeah.
on. So
I think that's a very good point, and it's something to be very wary of. But don't close yourself off. Like, remember, open-mindedness is the biggest point of this. But the fakeness in the
Yeah.
first week of uni, oh my God. People...
you
give
catch
it
yourself
time.
doing it though.
Yeah. But, like, give it time. Give people time. Because
Yeah.
the people you might not think you'll be friends with are the nicest ones. And the people that you might instantly feel like are your best friends, they might not be. I just say give it time. Like, don't say to the first person you meet on the first day that you're going to live with them next year. Or, like,
No,
don't...
that's a whole conversation for another episode.
Yeah. But I just think give people time.
Yeah.
Like, in both ways. Like, don't instantly fall for someone, like a friendship, and get yourself sucked in and close yourself off and just be friends with that one person.
No.
Because you don't know them. Like, I wasn't probably being my complete true self right at the start.
No.
Because, like I said, like, you're feeling so many emotions. You don't know what to expect. You're away from home. You're not in your normal, comfortable setting. So you're not behaving like you normally would.
Yeah.
And they probably aren't either. So just being open-mindedness and coming back to
And
that is
just
so
be
important.
yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I think I tried to like really get into like drum and bass music so that I was like, I thought I could fit in with a bunch of people that I'd met. And I was like, do you know what? Why am I bothering? Because then I actually
Yeah.
told them that I didn't like it and I didn't want to go to these events, and they still are my friends now.
Yeah.
So like, it just makes you feel stupid for making up that you like something or that you are this
Yeah.
person when you're just
Because you
not.
can't continue it. You cannot
No.
pretend to be a different person.
There's only
for
so many
3
drum and
years.
bass events I could have faked that I liked.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, it's a whirlwind. It's a
Yeah,
real crazy
it really is.
experience, but
But it's worth it.
Yeah.
I changed so much as a person, and like you grow. And I thought I already knew everything that there was to know, but you don't.
no.
And you're so exposed to new opinions, new ideas, new mindsets, and new people, and it's so beneficial for like you growing as a
Yeah,
person.
Definitely.
So don't close yourself off. That is
No.
our one
Be
standout.
open-minded,
Repeat
people.
after me. Repeat after me. Be open-minded. So to finish off this episode, I think we'll give you some funny stories.
We had got some funny stories sent in from you guys, and we just think it's a nice sort of round off. You know, keep it lighthearted.
Because
Yeah.
uni is fun. We just want you to be prepared that it's not always, and it's
Yeah.
okay to not always feel like you are, and it's okay to not feel like you're having as much fun as Jim on Instagram.
Jim on Instagram with his 1,000 friends.
Yeah,
1000?
1000 friends on day one. No,
Jim,
no way. There's
you're
no
faking
way.
it, mate. Like,
Yeah, Jim probably doesn't like drum
Jim's
and
probably
bass.
dropped out.
Right. Okay. Funny story time.
Funny
Story
time.
Okay, so I think our favourite one, which
Our
did-
favourite
it gave us
response
a giggle.
that we got, did make us laugh.
So one girl said that she was once on a night out with her friend, and she felt like she wanted to go back to this boy's house.
She met a
You know,
guy,
yeah, we
as
won't
you
go
do.
any further.
Go to uni, the pool of guys and girls.
Oh, is it huge?
It's
Is it?
just huge.
Right, of course. And she basically that night, unfortunately, chose to wear out big brief
Ugly
pants.
pants.
Well, we don't know if they were ugly or not, but they were just briefs. Not the pants she wanted to wear to go back to the boys' house. So
No.
her and her friend went into a kitchen that they found.
In the house.
Was it in a house?
Yeah, it was in the house.
Oh, okay. I thought it was in a nightclub.
No.
Oh, okay. And they swapped pants because the other girl had some nice CK little pants on.
Just some nicer,
But-
you know.
They got stuck. The door broke. And
They
got stuck in the kitchen.
for about 3 hours, can we just say?
And they had to call the fire brigade to come and cut the door off
To
because
get
they
them
were
out.
changing their pants. They were swapping pants. And she did also say that unfortunately she never ended up going back.
No, that did kill the vibe.
It was a mood killer.
I just think that's so funny. Like, imagine being that person, like,
I know.
moving to uni, having the freedom, like we said, to meet the guy and go back with them, and then you end up getting stuck in their kitchen and the fire brigade having to come
Because
and call
of
you
your
out,
briefs.
cut you out because of your briefs. Yeah, not because you were like just getting a drink in the kitchen or something and you accidentally locked yourself in. No, you
They
were
were swapping
changing pants.
Hello. We love it.
Quite another funny one that we got in.
Yeah, a random one. A
Very
weird one.
random one. Literally kind of tells you that you never know what's going to happen when you go to uni and you do meet a range of different people.
A range.
Just a variety of people. Some person,
Don't know boy or girl.
don't know boy or girl, ended up...
I'm going to go with boy, but...
I'm not going to gender stereotype.
Okay, sorry. Remove that.
But they seem to have ended up having a pet squirrel.
That they've caught from the
Not
park.
any old squirrel that they
A
took.
wild.
A wild, poor little squirrel. And they kept it in their university accommodation room for a whole week.
But I don't know how they didn't get caught, and like it must have smelled so bad.
But that squirrel must have like scattered out.
Yeah.
It must
Apparently
have been.
squirrels are quite vicious. I've heard.
Yeah.
I didn't know I've heard that, but I think I have.
I think from these two stories, it teaches you that you never know who you're going to end up living with.
Yeah. Choose who you live with wisely. And don't go
also,
in any kitchens
if
to
you
swap your pants.
No, wear your nice pants out, girls.
That is the moral of the story.
What?
Okay, sorry about that. Our housemate must have been doing some really good cooking downstairs. Huge.
But yeah, I think it just teaches you that you just don't know. Uni is a crazy time.
So go out and have fun and be
Have
open-minded.
fun, be open-minded. Know that you're not alone if you feel rubbish.
If you feel low, there is always someone to talk to. We hope that listening to this has helped you feel a bit more prepared, a bit less scared.
A bit calm.
Yeah,
Less
set out the
anxious.
nerves. Or maybe more anxious, but we don't want you to feel like that.
No.
We just want you to be prepared for what's to come, and that it's not all happy and exciting, but it
Yeah.
can be. It is fun, and you learn
It is
so
fun.
much.
You could have to get your door cut off by a firefighter. You never
You
know.
could. And the firefighter could be sexy, and it could end up being your boyfriend.
That is so true.
Okay.
Okay,
Love
thanks
you
for
guys.
listening, guys. See you next week.